Okay, so all right, so welcome. This is another prayer sample. Another prayer sample. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. I'm gonna be continuing on with another prayer sample. Um, whew, I'm a little sweaty here. So this is another therapy session. Another therapy session. This is your host Shantae, better known as Sean for Family, Lieutenant General, Ambassador with Christ Jesus, with Christ Jesus only. Soldiers of arms, God's right arm, that is, chose to put people under her feet, and she is here so that you can choose to put people under your feet as well, and not in the way of your illegal angry body, and which is your unlawfully wedded husband. Okay, and we are here again. I'm gonna say it again. We are here with another therapy session. Sir, yes sir. And I report to no man, I report to Christ Jesus. All right, so let's talk about it today in the world spirit. Let's talk about it today in the world. And we are this is for our leaders, whether the authority be with that woman or the leading be with that man. Regardless of the matter, this is for our leaders. You understand what I'm saying? It's for our leaders. Which brings me to something. Hold on, I'm gonna bend down just a second to see what it is that I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so so which brings me to the leader thing, leading. Okay, the position of that. Um, which I had a dream. Well, it wasn't a dream. It was like an audible voice that said to me how. Well, I had a dream. First, it was the dream, and then I had the audible voice tell me what that was about, because I asked, "What was that about? What was that about?" So I did. I had a dream about Beyonce, and I know that a lot of people are, saying different things about their relationship, which, they going up and down just like any other relationship. And plus, they're in an industry that they have to do a certain thing. Now, there will be things that come out about about Beyonce and about her husband, and all this stuff has to come out. It has to come out. This is to free both Beyonce, and it's to free Jay-Z. It's to free them. This information has to be put out there. It just has to, because in order to make a change, you need to know exactly what's before you, what's in front of you, what is in covering you. Okay, and it has to be done. It has to be done, because if it's not of God, then it's of something else, and you have to know what it is. And this is going to help their marriage. And a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you need to divorce Jay-Z." Y'all just can't tell those people to divorce each other like that. That's not cool. That's not good. And I know that even if she do wind up leaving him for a little while, even if she make that decision, she still need to understand that that's still her husband. You understand that? That's still her husband, and she still has to get over it, suck that stuff up. She married him. There was a mutual agreement. They got married, and that now they're married, and that is to be forever. And if you can believe that God is a God of the impossible, you can believe for the impossible happening for the leadership of Jay-Z and the authority of Beyonce. because the man doesn't have authority and leadership. From the father told me that the authority is with the woman and the leadership is with the man. There is a difference between leadership and authority. There is a total difference. You understand? There is a total difference. Just like when Adam was in the garden, he led. That's why he was so quiet, so laid back, and he allowed the authority of Eve to just do what she do. That's authority. That is representing that woman had authority because she just went around and did what she did, and he was the lead. You understand? And he was the lead. So he sat back and he looked and he just allowed her to do what she needed to do, and that's what she did. Now when she did the inevitable by listening to the lust come in and got her, came through her, then that messed up the family. But this is the thing, man, this is what the father is saying now. But this was in the beginning. This was also in the beginning. A man is supposed to be in lead, and woman is to be the authoritative figure. She is in authority. Okay, and y'all supposed to be one. This is why this is like that. This is why that the man has the lead and the woman has the authority, because y'all supposed to be one, and it's supposed to operate like that as y'all are doing that. Okay. But again, people don't know what the word one means. It's meaning a lot of, it means so much things, and it's very powerful and very important. Because you can't, it's like, that's why I said that man cannot live alone. He can't be alone. Man cannot be alone, okay? Which is to do with woman and man. That's human being, period. Man cannot live alone. It didn't just, this is a spiritual thing, not just about the man in general. It's not, a lot of people looking at the Bible as a political thing, and it's not really a political thing. It's for spiritual feeding. It's the feed on of the spirit, and that's why a lot of people getting everything mixed up because of what they dipping and dabbing in the world. And then these books, they keep coming up with more and more books to show you that this book here, this is the old Bible. Or this is the old scriptures. I mean, they just coming up with so many things, and then people going to read it and look into it, and then they switching up what they saying. So it have nothing to do with us. That's why God said that we are to listen to his word, not the Bible word. That's the law. We are to listen to his word when he speaks to the spirit and within us. He do speak. He do tell his children things. Now you will not hear it if you're carnal, meaning too far gone in your conscious self, and you're not allowing God to fulfill that conscious of yours. Okay, but back to what I was saying about Beyonce and Jay-Z, which pertaining to the lead and the authority. All right, so well, what I seen in the dream was I saw Beyonce. She come through the door, and as she coming through the door, she snapped out of something. She's out of something. She snapped out of it. She was no longer how do you say it? Oppressed. She was no longer oppressed by the words of Jay-Z, because that's mainly what it's all about. The censorship is not what we think it is. The censorship is, and I'm gonna tell you this, even though I want to do something about, I want to tell you about, point out the different censorships with you in another video, and just make and target that just a little bit, not too much, okay? Because you got to go study for yourself, and then God got to give you what he's going to give you. All right, I'm nobody. I'm just trying to give you the leeway to go to the somebody. Okay. So me knowing everything don't mean nothing. All right. Basically, I'm sweating a little bit. So basically, the censorship is really the mouth, your speech, the tongue, the mouth, the tongue, your speech. That's one of the censors. And then it's three censorships: your mouth, your deed, and your thoughts. Those three things are your censorship. That's what I've learned over the time. Is this thing here is the censorship is not all throughout your eyes and stuff like that, your nose, your smell, and all that. That is not the spiritual censorship. What I was told is the spiritual censorship is the deed of a person, place, a thing, the deed, all right, which is let me write this down. Let's write this down real quick. So the censorship consists of one thing, and that is I know something. This ring light is loud. Very loud. So number one, the censorship, still, number one, deed. Your deed. And then number two would be your speech. Did I spell that right? So number one would be your deed, number two would be your speech, and three, because it consists of three things. Which is why you see that the Bible always talks about going through the powers in the tongue, because that's got to do with the speech area, the tongue and the mouth. And it speaks about how the mouth is like a sepulchre, which is it could be like the grave. All right, and your tongue is a ready pen. It speaks about how your tongue is a ready pen. All right, so that's why you have to be careful with this, because it's a ready pen. It's ready. It's ready to go. So it's going to promote the deeds, which is what you walk in. This is your gospel here. That's your gospel. That's what you walk in right here. You walk in it. All right. So that is done through the deeds, your gospel, your walk, your speech. That's number one, your deed. That's your gospel, your walk, what you do. D-O. All right. That's what you do. And take these notes, because they're going to be good for you, okay? And we starting quickly. I'm moving quickly because I don't want to take too long. And then the speech is the tongue and the mouth, right? The tongue and the mouth. God always said that the tongue is a ready pen. The mouth is like a sepulchre. Sepulchre. Oh no, I spelled sepulchre. No, that's not it. I think that's it. It's like a sepulchre, which is the same as a grave, okay? The same as a grave, you got me? And then also number three. Number three also would be the deed, the speech, and then number three is your thoughts. Number three is your thoughts. Now with your thoughts, you have the conscious effort, like what you're doing, your conscious effort. I think conscious. Oh, how you spell conscious? How you spell conscious? How you spell conscious? I think it's like this.
Conscience. Conscience.
I think it's that.
CONSCIENCE.
Oh, I forgot the N.
Common and science. CON and then science. CONSCIENCE.
Oh, literally science. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, shoot. Spelling is off. So in your thoughts, you got your conscious effort. These are your efforts, what you're putting forth, which is also related to your habits, and your habits forms, and what you believe is true, what you think is true, what you think is false. You know what I'm saying? That's your conscious effort, and that's why God says that whatever is in a man's what comes out of the man, right? And that could be male or female. Whatever's in a man comes out of a man. That's why he says that, because your thoughts is your conscious effort. It's your effort. It's what you go for and do, you know, with the deed, and what you do with your deeds, what comes from your deeds. So this is the real censorship, in your deed, your speech, and your thoughts. Because whatever you believe is what you're going to do, right? Whatever you believe in is what you're going to do. It's nothing else further than that, right? So it's your conscious effort. What you believe. We're going to put believe, because belief is a system. Belief, whatever your belief system is, okay? Or whatever you believe in. So that's a conscious, your thoughts is a conscious effort in your belief system, okay? Your belief system. And that's what makes you, you know, get in that mode. That's what brings you to lust. That's what brings you to that point of either it's going to be lust or it's going to be righteous, right? It stirs up something, right? Your conscience is the one that stirs up things. And then God will take up and bubble up something else through that if that's not you. But if it's you, you'll carry out that. It depends on how strong it is in your body. If you've been working on that habit, put down the word habit form. If it's been a habit for so long, you'll be wanting to do that habit. You'll fall every time, right? Because of your conscious effort. Conscious effort. You got what I'm saying? So, which I might erase this. Hold on. Which brings me back to the lead in authority. Okay. So don't forget, this is the real censorship. This is nothing else. These will go into the body parts where they go, but it doesn't mean that it's going to go directly into the body parts that we think it's going to go. That's why this is the true censorship, not the other things. Your eyes, nose, ears, that stuff ain't the only things that can taste. That stuff ain't the only thing that can see. That stuff ain't the only things that could smell. That stuff, your eye, nose, ear, and all that different stuff. That stuff ain't the only stuff that can hear. This is what can do all those things. That's why you'll have different body parts, and you'll see a monster. I'm gonna say that word. I'm gonna use that word, and I don't think that's a word. But the monsteristic type of person become. We gonna say the word. We gonna say animalistic. Okay, that's a word. So that's why a person can become animalistic and not even know it. Okay, because it has nothing to do with the eyes, the nose, the ears. That's not the main source. That's not the main thing. It comes through other sources, which is the main censorship, which is what I wrote up here. Your deeds, your thoughts, and your speech. All right. So as I was saying also that what I saw was in a dream I saw, and I'm using this as a thing, okay? Going back to what the story is, which I was saying. I was talking about Beyonce. And Beyonce was actually going somewhere. She was coming in the room, and when she came in the room, she began to she was relaxed, right? Cause she was okay, she was good. She meaning that she got rid of something let her go. She was free of something. Okay, so she was slowly becoming back to who she's supposed to be, which is a child of God. She was releasing herself of something, and that was oppression from her husband words, which is to do with his speech. Okay, she was releasing herself from his speech because again, that's one of the censorships. Okay, so Beyonce, and I'm using this as an example from this beginning, and it's got to do with lead and authority. And this is what you need to know, that man has to lead. Male. I'm gonna say male. And authority is the female. Female has the authority, and you are supposed to be working as one, but you have been separated so much to the point where you think that man is supposed to have the authority and the lead. No, you're only supposed to have the lead. Okay, because we're going through this whole nature of things which we weren't supposed to never be in the first place. So we gotta both make it through this wilderness. Okay, so we were supposed to be one. It's a very powerful thing in that one, which is God said that He counts y'all as one. That's why when Adam blamed the girl, that was the beginning of bitterness. That was the very beginning of bitterness when Adam blamed her. And then Eve did something, and then that started the whole thing of bitterness. Man became bitter. Okay. So again, male is to have the lead, and female is to have the authority, and they were supposed to be one. And well, Jay-Z, I'm gonna say Jay-Z. His speech, because he's the male. Jay-Z is the male, and his speech is going to lead the woman into the relationship. You understand? His speech, Jay-Z's speech, which is any man out here, is going to lead the woman. Your speech, your word, the way the world says your word is your bond. That was supposed to be for man. Man word was supposed to be his bond. And it's a thing about the word bond. I got a video about that word, the word bond. Bond is supposed to be with an agreement with God. Okay, that's what was let out on the ground for people to pick up. You know, that was what was spilled over out for people to pick up of that spirit. That's what bond initially is. It's in the spirit. And that bond was supposed to connect us as a brethren and sisters. Same thing, but I'm gonna say brethren. That was supposed to connect us, okay? That was supposed to connect us. Hopefully I'm heard. Okay. So that Jay-Z's word is supposed to be his bond. So when you step as a man to a woman, when you step up to a man, when you step up to a woman as a man, that's the natural of the thing, that's how they're supposed to go. You're supposed to step as a man, you're supposed to step up to a woman. She wasn't supposed to step up to you. So when you come, that's why men do all of the talking, okay? That's why men do all of the talking, ladies. That's why they do all the talking. They do the talking because the man carries the story, okay? So I'm gonna put that down. Man, he carries the story. All right? Man carries the story. That's why you ladies listen to the men. And a lot of women don't want to listen to them no more because they're not rooted in Christ Jesus anymore. It's off. That whole cycle of being one, the connector that's in the middle of that has split it, because now it's all evil. Both parties are evil and they both blaming each other. Ever since the whole situation, that whole blame is like a beginning. Every generation just begins over and over again. Blame woman, man blame woman, woman blame man. But in reality, your word, your speech counts because you are the one that carries the story, okay? And I spoke about this last time about how the man carries the story, okay? In another video. Being that his speech, Jay-Z, the male, is supposed to be his bond, that's in spirit. And his bond is supposed to be connected to Jesus Christ. But being that he's not connected to that, he's connected to something evil, his words it's not honorable, okay? And it's supposed to be honorable, that word honorable, and it's not honorable to himself. So that's why a lot of men keep saying, I'm gonna get my respect. I'm gonna get my respect. They don't even want the ultimate thing, which is honor. They want just respect. No, respect is due to God, okay? Respect is due to God, not man. Honor is due to you. Honor is due to me. We're both connected, so it's just not just man. And that's where we got to take the blinders off, okay? And I know that ain't nobody gonna hear what I'm saying, but I'm telling the truth, okay? But so when man steps to woman, he normally steps to her in a way that is supposed to be, telling her different things. But a lot of men nowadays, they step to you, and when they step to you, they got a sob story about something very sad. And then they don't know that you're the one that's setting up the environment for the woman to enter into, okay? Because you're the lead. So what you're leading with consciously, then they're going to get in and they're going to follow with that. You understand? And they're going to try to oblige you in what you're starting, okay? And you can't say that I don't want to lead and then turn around and say that you're going to get mad at that woman because she don't want no man to lead her. You can't do that. That's you are confusing people, okay? That's confusion. That's a starter of confusion. So you got to know that that when man come, he comes with the speech. The woman is to listen to that speech. That's why when you say, when men be saying that she just took her clothes off. So I said one word, she just did. Men, you carry the speech. You cannot blame the woman in that. You carry the speech. What you come with is the story in which she is supposed to say, oh, okay, I want to get into this story with you. But some people, some women will just get into the story with you because they're raised up in that type of family too. So they okay with it, damaging you. They okay with confusing your mind, and then you go first. You know what I'm saying? They okay with that. They fine with that. Whatever it go, they inwardly they don't like you anyway. All right, that's them. All right. But for the women that do love you, it doesn't mean that they saying speeches of love. I mean, love is what God love is. So this is I'm carrying this on with this whole this whole situation. I'm supposed to be doing something else, but this still to do with still prayer points, okay? This still to take you to what you need to pray about. Man need to pray over woman, and woman need to pray over man for the lead and authority, okay? And that way you can know who is actually in lead and who has the authority. All right? So besides all that, man is supposed to be having a speech. The woman's supposed to be invited in to man and whatever it is that he's planting for her, what he already has with his speech. Not just with, I got a house, come in, because what's gonna do? Is she gonna have to help you pay the bills? You're gonna have to do everything. She's still it's gonna be half and half. So that's not even what God was talking about with the whole woman and man thing. And then some people don't even believe in a woman paying the bills. Some men believe that women should not be paying bills. But at the same time, what I am saying is that men produce the environment, the wholesome environment, by what you speak on about. That's why when men get to talking about their mama, get to talking about their daddy, how they got daddy issues, they think we supposed to be sympathizing with that. We're not. As a woman, we're not supposed to sympathize with that. You're getting into something that has nothing to do with you. You're actually supposed to leave that man alone. You're actually supposed to leave that man alone and let that man get his stuff together, because he's not ready for love yet. And if you get in there trying to give that man love, he's not going to accept it, because he's going to think of you, of every person he's planted it, he set it all out before you already by what he talks about. All right. If his speech is not on an environment of improvement, and he's consistently complaining, gossiping, and murmuring about things, you're putting yourself on a land that's not fertile ground. Okay? That ground is not fertile. So this is what I'm saying. Man, your speech is the house. Your speech is what sets the house, the foundation, the house. Not the house. Spiritually speaking, your speech is what sets the foundation. Your speech, okay? That's the start of the whole censorship. And what your deeds are. Your deeds, okay? Your deeds. What you do after that is putting all the furniture in the house. Your deeds, your thoughts. Your thoughts is what puts all the different furniture in the house and plants out who comes and goes in the house. That's your thoughts. Your thoughts plants that. I'm sorry. And then your deeds, it's what sets the fertile ground on the outside of the house, on the outside of the house. Your deeds, that sets the fertile ground as to what your house is set on. Okay? That's that. And so that's why and I'm gonna get off of this real quick. Okay, I'm gonna leave this at this. But this is why, and I hope that you take some points out of what I am saying, okay? Just take some points. You don't gotta take everything I'm saying. Just some points that's needed for you, okay? So when I seen Jay-Z come in to the place, he first Beyonce came through. She was broken free from the oppression of Jay-Z's speech, because it had her in a trance, and she was trying to oblige that plan that Jay-Z put forth to her through his speech, what he was talking about, or what he was doing, the things that he did, okay, and the thoughts that came out from him, whatever he did, and she was basically free from it. I seen that she was free from it. So she was able to take on of Jay-Z's hand, and they was finally walking in love. Okay, they was finally walking in the love that they needed to walk in. All right, and then when I woke up from that dream, this is what the Lord said to me. He said, as long as she carries a story, which is what Jay-Z provided for her, she keeps him alive. That's what the Spirit told me. All right. As long as she carries a story, she keeps him alive. Now, that's something deep. All right. That's something that you need to know is very deep. As long as she carries the story, meaning what he provided for her, she keeps him alive. And that is to do with any man and woman situation. Whatever the man's story is, as long as the thing is, they're already married. Okay. But the man who carries the story in which you want to be in, I'm not talking about the lies and stuff like that, where they saying just anything. I'm talking about the actuality of the matter and how that person is. Like, you can't worry about all the other things he's saying. You got to look at the foundation. If it's shaky, you'll know. If it's fertile, you'll know. If it's good, fertile ground, you'll know. You'll know. And you'll also pray and take it to God. You will also pray and take it to God. All right. So mainly what God is saying about that, about Jay-Z and Beyonce right now, is that Jay-Z was able to take Beyonce and lead her. He then was able to lead her when she let go and accepted the story and what was there. She was able to accept the story and what was there, how it was, who he was. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't fighting against it, because this is her husband. She can't play around with this. This is her husband, and he's her wife. I mean, and she's his wife. I'm sorry. So as long as she's carrying the story in which man is presenting to her, which is he's flat out presenting a story for her. He got the things set up and lined up, like he knows what he's doing. To some degree, you know what I'm saying? But in reality, it's taking them far where they need to go. You understand? And it's doing it on legal ground. Even though the more stuff he gets into illegally, which is like cheating on her, that's illegal. Lying to her, that's illegal. Anything that's against the heartfelt things, the things of the heart, the things of the mind, anything against those things will be illegal. Those are illegal things, illegal ground. All right. But if he's leading her in the right direction, meaning that he's taking her to what he's taking her, like he's giving her everything that she asked for. He's taking her to legal grounds. The illegal stuff is the outside stuff he gets into that's not right for his family. But other than that, he's doing the legal things he need to do for his family, and he takes her and he leaves her very well. Overall, he leaves her very well. The other stuff needs to knock off. But other than that, he leaves her very well. Okay? And all she needs to do is to, again, she's doing what she's doing. She's allowing him to be alive. She keeps him alive from her carrying a story and not being bitter about it. She's accepting the story in which is before her. She's accepting that. Okay? That's why you get a lot of men said, I already told you from the beginning who I was. You know, that's why you get them saying that. But you can't look at that as a set in stone type of thing, because it can flip. So whatever you do with the course of the story, that's a story being told before you to look at that and see if that's what you want to deal with. You understand what I'm saying? And the same thing with a man. A man is not more important than a woman. Both are important. So the man is to see if what her story is fits up with what he wants to do. It's not to talk about no type. It ain't about no type. Because your type, you don't even know what your type is. Nobody really knows what their type is. You really don't. You just go into stuff thinking that, oh, well, I like light skin. Oh, I like dark skin. Oh, man. But that's not really what it is. That's not really what it is. Nobody really has a type. But when you're young, you listen to other people, so your type becomes a personal thing to you, you know, and you're like, man, I don't like that type of person. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, you don't really have a type. Believe me, you don't. It's just the pressure of other people oppressing your mind. And so therefore you get a type, but you don't really start off with a type. You understand? But anyway, it's all about how people create things with their speech. That becomes your type. You understand? But, and again, you really don't have a type. So I'm going to end it here, and I'm hope you got something out of that. Hopefully. And I'll see you soon. Bye for now.